Picture this. You're driving your pickup truck when suddenly you hit a massive flood. Or maybe you need to cross a lake to reach that perfect fishing spot. What if I told you that some pickup trucks were literally designed to handle water like a boat? We're not talking about just driving through a puddle here. These are trucks that can actually float, swim, and in some cases, even sail across bodies of water. From military amphibians that stormed beaches in World War II, to modern engineering marvels that blur the line between vehicle and vessel, today we're diving into 10 pickup trucks that prove the boundary between land and sea isn't as solid as you think. Some of these vehicles are so capable in water that they've been used as actual boats for decades, while others represent the cutting edge of amphibious technology that's available to civilians right now. Get ready to have your mind blown by engineering that seems to defy the laws of physics. Number 10, the Volkswagen Schwimmwagen. Let's kick things off with a truck that's technically more car than pickup, but bear with me. The Schwimmwagen was Nazi Germany's amphibious utility vehicle during World War II. This little beast could carry troops and supplies on land, then seamlessly transition into water mode. The rear-mounted propeller would deploy, and suddenly your truck became a boat. The engineering was surprisingly sophisticated. The hull was completely watertight, and the vehicle could reach speeds of up to 6 miles per hour in water. On land, it performed like a capable 4x4 with decent ground clearance. Only about 15,000 were ever made, making surviving examples incredibly rare and valuable. What makes this relevant to our list is that it proved the concept that military vehicles could be truly amphibious, setting the stage for everything that followed. The Schwimmwagen showed that with clever engineering, you could build something that genuinely excelled in both environments. Number 9, the DUKW Duck. Now we're getting into proper truck territory. The DUKW, affectionately called the Duck, was America's answer to amphibious logistics during World War II. Built on a truck chassis, this 6-wheeled monster could haul 25 troops or 5,000 pounds of cargo on land, then drive straight into water and keep going. The secret was its watertight hull and powerful bilge pumps that could handle any water that might seep in. These things stormed the beaches of Normandy and Ireland, hopped across the Pacific, literally driving off landing craft into chest-deep water and emerging onto beaches like some kind of mechanical sea monster. The Duck could reach 50 miles per hour on highways and 5.5 knots in water. Not fast by modern standards, but revolutionary for its time. What's incredible is that many of these vehicles are still in service today. You can ride in restored Ducks for tourist tours in cities like Boston and Seattle, and they're still used for rescue operations in flood zones. The design was so successful that it influenced amphibious vehicle development for decades. Number 8, the GAZ-46 MAV. The Soviet Union wasn't about to be outdone in the amphibious vehicle game. The GAZ-46, known as the MAV, was their compact amphibious truck that served from the 1950s through the 1970s. This little workhorse could carry 8 soldiers or about 1,800 pounds of gear across virtually any terrain you could imagine. What set it apart was its incredible reliability. These things just wouldn't quit. Whether you were crossing Siberian rivers in winter or navigating tropical swamps in Vietnam. The 4-wheel drive system worked perfectly on land, while twin propellers pushed it through water at a respectable 6 miles per hour. Soviet engineers built this thing to survive the apocalypse with simple, robust components that could be repaired with basic tools in the field. The hull design was particularly clever. It could handle surprisingly rough water for such a small vehicle. Many GAZ-46 are still running today in remote parts of Russia and Eastern Europe, testament to their bomb-proof construction. Number 7. The Amphicar. Okay, technically this isn't a pickup truck, but the Amphicar deserves a mention because it was the first civilian amphibious vehicle sold to the public. Produced in the 1960s, this German-made carboat hybrid could do 70 miles per hour on land and 8 knots in water. The transition from land to water was genuinely seamless. You'd literally drive down a boat ramp, and the car would start floating. Twin propellers at the rear would take over propulsion duties while the front wheels acted as rudders for steering. Only about 4,000 were made, partly because it wasn't particularly good at being either a car or a boat. On land, it was underpowered and handled like a boat. In water, it was slow and wallowed like a car. But despite its compromises, the Amphicar was a marvel of engineering that captured imaginations worldwide. Number 6. The Ford GPA Seep. Ford's entry into the amphibious game was the GPA, nicknamed the Seep, a combination of sea and Jeep. Based on the famous Willys Jeep platform, this quarter-ton truck could carry 4 soldiers and their gear across land and water with equal determination. The challenge with the Seep was that it was neither a great truck nor a great boat. It suffered from the classic amphibious vehicle compromise. It was too heavy and unwieldy for shallow water operations, sitting low in the water and being difficult to maneuver in currents. On land, the boat-like hull made it too wide for narrow trails and gave it a higher center of gravity than a standard Jeep. The waterproofing was also problematic. These things leaked more than Ford's engineers would have liked. Still, about 12,000 were built, and they served in every theater of World War II, from the Pacific Islands to the rivers of Europe. Many GPA operators learned to think of them as emergency boats rather than primary amphibious assault vehicles. Despite its limitations, the Seep taught valuable lessons about amphibious design that influenced later vehicles. Number 5. The Alvis Stalwart. Moving into the Cold War era, the British Alvis Stalwart was a 6-wheeled amphibious truck that could carry 5 tons of cargo or 38 troops across any terrain Mother Nature could throw at it. This beast was powered by a Rolls-Royce engine. Yes, the same company that makes luxury cars, and featured a fully sealed hull that could handle surprisingly rough water. What made the Stalwart special was its incredible load capacity combined with genuine amphibious capability. It could cross rivers and lakes while carrying serious cargo, making it invaluable for military logistics in areas with lots of water obstacles. The vehicle featured an unusual high-mounted driving position that gave the operator excellent visibility both on land and in water. In water mode, it could reach speeds of up to 6 knots, which was impressive for such a heavy vehicle. The Stalwart's design was so successful that it remained in British military service for over 30 years. Some were even converted for civilian use, including fire and rescue operations. The combination of luxury car engineering with military ruggedness created something truly special. Number 4. The Hagglunds BV206. Swedish engineering at its finest, the BV206 is an articulated, tracked amphibious vehicle that's still in production today. This isn't your traditional pickup truck. It's more like two connected boxes on tracks, but it fills the same role as a utility truck in extreme conditions that would stop any conventional vehicle dead in its tracks. The BV206 can carry up to 17 passengers or substantial cargo across Arctic tundra, swamps, and open water with equal ease. Its unique design distributes weight so effectively that it can cross ice too thin to support a person on foot. We're talking ice that's barely holding together. The articulated design means the rear section can flex independently from the front, allowing it to navigate incredibly rough terrain without getting stuck. In water, both sections remain buoyant and the tracks provide propulsion at about 3 miles per hour. What's really impressive is its versatility. Military forces use it for everything from Arctic patrol to swamp rescue operations. Civilian versions are popular with researchers in extreme environments, oil companies working in remote areas, and adventure tour operators. The BV206 represents the pinnacle of go-anywhere vehicle design. Number 3, the LARC-V. The lighter, amphibious resupply cargo 5-ton or LARC-V was the U.S. Army's heavy-duty amphibious truck that redefined what was possible in military logistics. This massive vehicle could carry 5 tons of cargo or 20 troops across land and water, but calling it massive doesn't do it justice. What sets the LARC-V apart is its sheer size and capability. At over 35 feet long and weighing 8.5 tons empty, it was more like a floating truck than a swimming car. The vehicle featured a massive Detroit diesel engine that powered both the wheels for land travel and a propeller for water operations. These vehicles were crucial during the Vietnam War for moving supplies in the Mekong Delta, where traditional trucks couldn't operate effectively due to the complex waterway system. The LARC-V could navigate rivers, cross rice paddies, and handle coastal surf operations with equal competence. What's remarkable is how smooth the transition between land and water was. Drivers could literally drive off a pier into deep water and keep going without missing a beat. The cargo area was completely separate from the crew compartment and could be configured for different types of loads. Some LARC-Vs are still in military service today, testament to their robust design and unique capabilities. Number 2, the Sherp ATV. Now we're getting into modern territory with the Russian-made Sherp ATV. This isn't technically a pickup truck, but it's designed to fill that utility role in impossible conditions. The Sherp can climb over obstacles taller than itself, drive through swamps, and yes, it can swim. Its massive tires act as flotation devices, and it can actually propel itself through water by paddling with its wheels. The cargo capacity is limited, but the places this thing can go are virtually unlimited. Number 1, the Dutton Surf Amphibious Pickup. Taking the top spot is something completely different. A modern civilian amphibious pickup truck you can actually buy today. The Dutton Surf combines the utility of a pickup truck with genuine boat capabilities. It's built on a fiberglass hull with a truck body on top, powered by a standard automotive engine that drives both the wheels and a marine propeller. You can literally drive this thing to a boat ramp, keep going into the water, and cruise around at 6 knots. When you're done, drive straight back onto land and head home. It represents the ultimate evolution of the amphibious pickup concept. In conclusion, these 10 vehicles prove that the line between trucks and boats isn't as clear as you might think. From wartime necessity to modern adventure vehicles, engineers have consistently found ways to make trucks that can handle water as well as land. Whether you're planning a zombie apocalypse survival strategy or just dreaming about the ultimate fishing truck, these amphibious pickups show that sometimes the best solution is to build a vehicle that refuses to be limited by terrain. What do you think? Would you drive an amphibious pickup truck? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible vehicle content.